सेव किया था ना?
मैं सिर्फ इसलिए गया था क्योंकि उसने मुझे कॉल किया, that's it. But listen तो.
Save it for someone else.
जिंदगी में सेव करना जरूरी है, मगर जब बात पैसों की हो, सिर्फ सेविंग से काम नहीं चलेगा। इक्विटी म्यूचुअल फंड्स में इन्वेस्ट कीजिए और अपने सेविंग्स को आगे बढ़ने का मौका दीजिए।
Mutual fund investments are subject to market risks. Read all scheme-related documents carefully.
As I speak, BJP National Executive Meeting is underway in Delhi. When a top decision-making body of the ruling party meets and top leaders such as Prime Minister Narendra Modi, Home Minister Amit Shah and others discuss and debate with their party colleagues the goals and challenges in the months and years ahead, there are obviously many takeaways for us. Since the meeting will be over Tuesday evening, let's wait and watch. I'll come back to you with my take on the deliberations and decisions of the BJP National Executive Meeting in our weekly show Political Adda on Thursday. But in this episode of Politically Correct, let me take you to Uttar Pradesh, where there are some interesting developments taking place. You must have got a sense from the headline. It's about a developing trend. We see an increasing number of BJP MLAs, MPs and ministers attacking IAS officers over the past few months. What I'm going to discuss is how these attacks have less to do with bureaucracy or UP administration and more to do with politics. A few weeks ago, I was sitting with an additional chief secretary in a state capital where his son came to say bye before leaving for Delhi. So I just inquired whether he's studying. He said, yes, he's studying. Then I was curious. I said, preparing for civil services. I thought I already knew the answer. But I was taken aback as the additional chief secretary flew off the handle. No, to become what? A babu. You don't work so much all your life and be called a babu. He will do anything with his life but not become another babu like me. The officer calmed down soon, but he left me wondering, are IAS officers hurt by Prime Minister Narendra Modi's babu bab? If you recall, speaking in the Lok Sabha in February 2021, the Prime Minister had said, सब कुछ बाबू ही करेंगे, IAS बन गए तो वो फर्टिलाइजर का कारखाना भी चलाएंगे, IAS बन गए तो वो केमिकल का कारखाना भी चलाएंगे, IAS हो गए तो हवाई जहाज भी चलाएंगे। ये कौन सी बड़ी ताकत बनाकर रख दी हमने? बाबुओं के हाथ में देश को करके हम क्या करने वाले हैं? That was the Prime Minister. Basically what he was saying was, will everything be done by the babus? If they became IAS officers, should they be running everything from fertilizer plants to chemical plants and even flying aeroplanes? What sort of a force have we made of these babus? What are we going to do by handing the nation over to the babus? That was the gist of what the Prime Minister said in the Lok Sabha. I'm sure many of you agree to what the Prime Minister said. But did it really hurt the IAS officers so much? The fact is, thanks to their long and close association with the political class, IAS officers know when politicians play to the gallery. That civil servants, not ministers, run the government at the center is no secret. K. Kailashnathan, I'm giving you this Gujarat example. Now, K. Kailashnathan retired in 2013, but continues as Chief Principal Secretary in the Gujarat Chief Minister's office. He has got 7 extensions so far. I mean, he's a 79 batch IAS officer. Now, he has been the de facto Chief Minister of Gujarat since Modi moved to the center in 2014. The current Principal Secretary to the Prime Minister, PK Mishra, who was also Principal Secretary to Modi when he was the Chief Minister, PK Mishra retired from IAS in 2008. He turned 74 last August. The Prime Minister is not letting him hang up his boots, as we are given to understand. Therefore, IAS officers have to be extremely sensitive and touchy to think that Prime Minister Modi was trying to belittle them by calling them babus. I mean, India's steel frame is known to be anything but that. I mean, so sensitive and touchy. UP civil servants have actually many other reasons to be sulky. State ministers, BJP MPs and MLAs are making it a habit to criticize and humiliate them. First it was Deputy Chief Minister Brijesh Pathak and Amit Shah protege, who went after UP's Additional Chief Secretary in the Health Department, Amit Mohan Prasad, writing to him and seeking explanation about the transfer of doctors. Now, Amit Mohan Prasad is a Yogi Adityanath confidant. The Deputy CM's letter, like many of his other communications, was all over social media shortly and predictably, I would say. It was embarrassing to CM Adityanath, but anyway, the ACS was transferred to another department a few weeks later. He continues to be in the CM's inner circle, even today. But Brijesh Pathak's action triggered attacks on other civil servants from other ministers as well, as also from MLAs and MPs. You may recall, Minister of State Dinesh Khatek sent his resignation to Amit Shah, alleging corruption in his own Jal Shakti department. He accused officers of not listening to him. His resignation letter was all over social media, predictably again. Then followed the attacks on Babus by BJP MPs and MLAs. The latest to join is the second Deputy CM, Keshav Prasad Maurya, who publicly targeted another IAS officer from another ministry, a special secretary in the Higher Education Department, for relocation of the Directorate of Higher Education from Prayagraj to Lucknow. Maurya tweeted later, "This directorate will not be shifted to Lucknow." By the way, he holds rural development portfolio, not education. Maurya was a frontrunner in the chief ministerial race after the 2017 assembly election, but Yogi Adityanath had tripped him then. Maurya lost the last assembly election, but thanks to the BJP High Command, he managed to become Deputy Chief Minister again. And he is trying to make his presence felt now. Many other BJP MPs and MLAs have targeted officials in UP, but I won't waste your time by going into more details. All I can say is politicians targeting civil servants is not a new phenomenon. What can probably give UP bureaucrats some solace is the fact that their counterparts in Shivraj Singh Chauhan-led Madhya Pradesh government are also at the receiving end of such attacks from ministers and MLAs. For instance, last September, two ministers, Mahendra Sisodiya and Brajendra Yadav, both of whom are Jyotiraditta Scindia loyalists, they accused Chief Secretary Iqbal Singh Bains of running an autocratic administration. Then, during an internal party meeting the same month, BJP National General Secretary Kailash Vijayvargiya slammed the state bureaucracy for what he called their uncooperative attitude. But that solace is no balm for UP bureaucrats, because unlike Chauhan, who cautioned party colleagues against airing their grievances in public, Adityanath has remained mum. I mean, Yogi may very well be listening to Shamshad Begum's song, "Kahin pe nigahein, kahin pe nishana." You know, his ministers and legislators are targeting civil servants who are known to act at the CMO's behest. So you know who is the actual target. Yogi knows that. In a government run by a strong chief minister like Adityanath, what gives ministers and legislators the guts to target him? However indirectly, through bureaucrats. I mean, that's enigmatic. Have you heard a word of complaint from any BJP minister or MLA against Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sharma in Assam, or his government, or his trusted servants? No complaint against them. It's not just because Sharma has Amit Shah's blessings and no one in the BJP dare rub him up the wrong way. It's also because most of these MLAs and ministers owe their election victories to Himanta Sharma's charisma, and their future depends on him. But that should hold true to a great extent in Adityanath's case as well. The future of BJP MPs and MLAs and ministers, in UP at least, is closely tied to Adityanath. Unlike Shivraj Singh Chauhan, who is seen as a setting sun in the BJP, Yogi Adityanath is a rising star and putative successor of Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Why would he not come to the Babu's rescue and put down seeming rebellion and defiance by ministers and legislators? Is it because they have powerful backers in Delhi and Yogi does not want to get sucked into an avoidable war of attrition? Not at this stage. His detractors may not see it, but Adityanath seems to be totally focused on trying to reach the $1 trillion economy goal in UP. When he comes moderately close to it and the trickle-down effect starts showing, it will silence the snipers within and outside his party. That's why his government is going out of the way to make a success of the Global Investors Summit slated next month. Adityanath was reportedly planning to visit London, New York, Chicago and San Francisco to to interact with prospective investors, there were plans for road shows. If PM Modi's show at Madison Square Garden in New York in 2014, if you recall, if that was a stepping stone to his Vishwaguru image, Yogi Adityanath's receptions in different cities abroad would have taken him into a different league. But Adityanath did not go. He sent his ministers and officials instead. If one were to believe sources in the BJP, his planned Europe and US visits did not get clearance from Delhi. Now Adityanath is scheduled to attend a World Economic Forum meeting in Davos this week, where he is expected to interact with global investors. It won't be the same as holding road shows or addressing Indian diaspora in London, New York and other cities. But still, everybody is looking forward to his Davos show. 4 union ministers and 2 CMs, Eknath Shinde and Basavaraj Bommai, as also Deputy CM, Maharashtra Deputy CM Devendra Fadnavis, they are scheduled to go to Davos. But there is a bit of uncertainty about Adityanath's Davos meeting too. I have been ringing state government officials to find out when he will leave for Davos, because the World Economic Forum meeting is till the 20th only. It started on the 16th. They have no idea so far. He may probably leave right after the National Executive meeting tomorrow. Fingers crossed. Meanwhile, as his detractors plan more distractions for Yogi Adityanath, he may want to switch from Shamshad Begum's, kahin pe nigahein, kahin pe nishana, to Kumar Shanu's song. कुछ ना कहो, कुछ भी ना कहो, क्या कहना है, क्या सुनना है, मुझको पता है, तुमको पता है. That's all from me in this episode of Politically Correct. Thanks for watching.